All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. My name is Scott Gartenberg, and I just want to start by saying thanks so much for joining us as we dive into the world of business texting and how law firms can start using it to speed up their communications, serve their clients better, and stay more organized. We've got a ton to cover today, which might surprise you because we all practically live on our phones. You're probably asking yourself, what could be so exciting about texting? Well, texting as a business function is fairly new and has tremendous amount of upside, which you may have never considered. So I'm excited to share what we have in store for you today. Before we get started, I just wanted to point out the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen. Please feel free to leave questions there at any time, and we'll save time at the end to answer your questions and follow up with you if we can't get to it. But as I said before, my name is Scott Gartenberg. I'm the product manager here at PracticePanther. I have the pleasure of working on all of our features here day in and day out, and I love interacting with our customers. So please ask questions if you have any throughout today's session. So it's no secret that lawyers are some of the busiest people on the planet. You're constantly thinking about your active cases, you're doing in-depth research, you may be tracking down leads for more work, and you're performing administrative tasks, and you're always on the move, to say the least. Now, let's say that in order to continue working at this rapid pace, you need to get an answer from your client, but you know they're at work themselves, or perhaps they're on vacation. Sure, you could email them, but that could get lost in the 121 business emails that the average person receives each day. You could give them a call, but they may be in a location where speaking about a sensitive topic is out of the question. And if they don't have your contact information saved, they're likely to let your call go to voicemail. Pew Research found in 2020 that 8 in 10 Americans don't answer the phone from an unknown caller. I think we've all been collectively scarred by the robocalls asking about renewing our car's warranty. So one of your final options to reach this contact is to send them a text. Research shows that 9 out of 10 people keep their phones within arm's reach 24/7. I can almost guarantee you all have yours with you at this very moment. It's one of those items that we just can't live without anymore. So you've chosen to text your client and it works. You get a reply in about 90 seconds and you can move on with your day. Simply put, texting has become one of the most popular forms of communication in the world. And today I'm going to tell you exactly how you can take advantage of it in a few different forms at your law firm. So here's what we'll be covering today. First, I'll be discussing the current state of business texting and why it's become so popular. Then we'll get into why texting is a great piece of technology to be implemented at any law firm. Finally, I'll be sharing some tips for using texting in every aspect of your business. We'll then have a Q&A session at the end. So as I said before, make sure to ask your questions in the Q&A box below. For those that don't know, SMS stands for short message service, and it's hard to believe, but the first SMS text was sent 28 years ago from a computer to a cell phone. Since then, it's quickly dominated the airwaves and used by 81% of Americans who text twice as much as they call. We're all familiar with the ease and simplicity of texting friends and family to stay connected. And for that reason, a few smart people back in the early 2000s decided that texting would be a good channel to reach their business customers. No surprise, but they were right. The metrics are fairly shocking. 90% of all text messages are read within 3 seconds. SMS open rates are 4 times that of email. 90% of leads prefer texting over calling. And sending appointment reminders to customers reduced missed meetings by 26%. There's a ton more that we could get into on this, but the bottom line is that SMS is quick and effective in getting your communications across. So how can law firms take advantage of this channel? We've identified a few key areas where SMS can have the greatest impact, and those include streamlining internal operations, increasing client retention through customer service and convenience, and improving client acquisition. The great news is this is all now possible in PracticePanther at no additional cost. We're thrilled to have released this feature to the public earlier this month, and we're already seeing widespread user adoption amongst our current customers. Our business texting feature is built right into PracticePanther and provides your law firm with a unique number that is solely used for texting. This means you don't need to pay extra for third-party texting applications, and you don't have to get tied down to pricey and lengthy phone plans. I think we all know how frustrating those can be. So I touched on the fact that texting is natively built into PracticePanther, and I want to take a quick minute to explain just how crucial this is to the health and efficiency of your law firm. We are an all-in-one intuitive legal practice management solution that helps tens of thousands of legal professionals manage their complex and fast-moving cases without delays. In PracticePanther, you can manage your cases, create custom workflows, and send out invoices and get paid both securely and quickly with our built-in e-payments processing feature, Panther Payments. We're all about having everything you need in one place so that you can run your firm with the peace of mind that everything is exactly where you need it. And with the latest edition of text messaging, you can now also keep a record of all forms of communication right where you keep everything else. Plus, it integrates with a few more features that are sure to have a major impact on how you operate. So let me show you how it works. In order to streamline your operations, you need a tool that gives you access to all information in a single place. And your text messages grid here is just that. All of your texting takes place in this main conversations grid. Here you can start new conversations and monitor existing ones. Every interaction you have is synced to an existing contact or matter. So the conversation you had with your client is automatically tracked with the rest of the information relative to their case. When starting a conversation with a new prospect, you will be prompted to create a new contact or matter, so you never run the risk of losing valuable or relevant information. With our user permissions, you'll also be able to easily configure which users are able to view and send text messages. You're able to send messages from this main grid as well as within contacts and matters. Streamlining operations is all about reducing the overall steps it takes to complete a task. And the beautiful thing about our texting feature is that you can use it to send files back and forth to your client, eliminating the need for email. You can also send web links to relevant information, making certain that that information gets in the hands of the correct party quickly. One process in particular that's historically been slow at law firms is invoicing and collecting payments. And this can also be solved very quickly with texting. We're really excited about this particular feature for our customers who can now request payment via an invoice, retainer, or a one link through Panther Payments. For those who may not be familiar, our one link feature allows you to create a standard payment template with a preset amount that can be used to easily request payments by any client of yours, including those that are not even contacts yet in PracticePanther. It's as simple as copying any of the previously mentioned payment links and pasting it into your text message. Your clients can then pay right on their phones, which speeds up your invoicing and collections process. Now, in most cases, before sending an invoice, you need to ensure your time is tracked. and it's tracked accurately, right? In order to make this as simple as possible for our customers, we've built in a time entry button right into individual conversations, which allows you to input your time spent talking with your client right where it's happening. So now that we've gone over some of the ways that texting can help your law firm out internally, let's discuss how texting can impact your potential clients and current customers. We already went through all the metrics at the beginning of this session, but again, the bottom line is this: customers prefer to be texted. Offering this service alone is bound to do wonders for client satisfaction. Legal proceedings are stressful, and being able to rapidly address your clients' questions or concerns in a manner that makes them most comfortable not only can help alleviate that stress, but lets your clients know that you are working for them. And these metrics can go both ways, right? If you're expecting your clients to read your texts in 90 seconds, they probably are as well. That's why we've built in an alert system into PracticePanther, which notifies you or your colleagues when a new message has arrived in your inbox so that you can respond in a timely manner. And we're releasing enhancements to this feature this week, so stay tuned. I also wanted to note that text messages are directly accessible from the contact or matter. So if you do spend most of your time there and don't want to navigate to the main text messaging grid, you can do that as well. Sometimes in the legal world, sensitive issues need to be taken into consideration, and not everyone directly involved with a case needs to be spoken to at the same time. For this reason, PracticePanther users can text individual contacts within a company that are linked to a matter. So if you have 6 contacts within a company, you're not stuck with just texting the primary contact there. You have the option now of individually texting any of the 6. The final way that business texting can benefit your firm is through client acquisition. For the same reasons that texting is good for customer service, it's fantastic for client acquisition. Speed is crucial when it comes to capturing leads, and by simply putting a text us link on your website, you'll be able to immediately begin engaging in conversation and process a new client. So starting tomorrow, your potential clients will be able to initiate text conversations with you if you enable texting for your firm's account. The inbound messages that you receive will appear in the text messages grid, where you can reply to them and rename the prospects as you wish. So thank you again for joining our live stream. I know we covered quite a bit. If you are interested in getting started with PracticePanther, you can get a custom demo at practicepanther.com/demo. We do have some time left, so we'll go ahead and answer some questions. If we don't get to your question, please reach out and we'll reach out back to you directly. But keep those questions rolling in. It looks like we have quite a bit here. How much does it cost? So text messaging is completely free of charge for our users on our business plan. So if you're on our business plan, you will not have to pay anything additionally for text messaging. One question here about training. Do you offer training with PracticePanther? So yeah, we have one-on-one training sessions they can either be 30 or 60 minutes long, whatever works best for you. And you can book those at any time. We'll walk you through any aspect of PracticePanther that you'd like. And this is especially helpful if you're hiring new staff and you need to get them onboarded to PracticePanther. You can have them book a time with our customer success team for a custom training session. Next question here is there a limit to how many texts that I can send? There is no limit on the number of text messages that you send or receive. We don't want our customers to be inhibited by this and thinking about a quota while they're, just trying to reach out to their clients quickly. So there is no limit. We're really happy to be offering that. One question here on phone numbers. What if I have an existing phone number for my business? Can I link that one up to text in PracticePanther? So that is not something we're supporting at this time. But the good news is we do offer you really great customization of the phone number that you want. So when you're signing up for text messaging in our settings, essentially you have the ability to search a particular area code for available phone numbers. You can even run the search multiple times if the first one that you see doesn't quite speak to you. And you can go ahead and select the number that works well for you. But let us know if there are any other questions on that. Looks like there's a question here on notifications. Is there a way to view which conversations have a new or unread message? So yes, tomorrow actually we are releasing enhanced in-app notifications. So the navigation bar at the very top of PracticePanther will display a count of unread messages. And also when you go ahead and visit the text messaging grid, you will very easily see which conversations have unread messages, because there'll be a little red indicator on the left side of each row in that grid. Oh, by the way, this recording will in fact be sent out. I see there's a few questions on that. So we will be sending out this recording. Another question here on attachments. What attachments can I send through texting? Quite a few. So you can send out images, PDFs, audio, and video files. It's fairly versatile. There's a bit of a size limit with those file types, but that should work just fine for everyone, as the limit is a bit generous. One question on phone number clarification. Does everyone in my firm get a different phone number to text with? So no, everyone in your firm is going to be using the same number that you're assigned when you sign up. Everyone will be using that same number to text. And also anyone who is following a contact in PracticePanther will receive in-app notifications when a new inbound text is received. Looks like there's one question here. Where do I go to send the text? So you can do this in one of two ways. You can either go inside a contact or matter, or you can go to the main text messaging grid, and you get there by going to the very top of the screen to the messages icon, and then you'll click the text messaging tab, and there's a new text message button on the top right, just above the grid. And that's how you'll go ahead and get started. Another question here on text linking to a matter. How does an incoming text link to a matter when the client is the one that texts us first? So at this time, on receipt of that very first message, that message will not automatically link to a matter, but you can go ahead and edit that conversation once you're sort of viewing it in PracticePanther, and you can go ahead and link that to a matter. You can also link it to multiple matters. That's something that your firm needs to do. Just looking at if there's any other common questions here. Another question on scheduling a one-on-one training session. You can go ahead and reach out to us. You can reach out to our customer support team to go ahead and schedule that. I think we've addressed a lot of the questions that I'm looking at here. Can we change the number for texting after we have selected one already, or are we stuck with it? So at this time, you cannot change the number once you have signed up. We could definitely look into supporting that in the future. So we'll be monitoring feedback for that, and we'd love to hear more from anyone, after this recording, if what the reason for changing it might be. So please do let us know. Yeah, so I guess one final thing here, just on how to enable, and then how to get to the grid. So to enable the feature, what you're going to do is you're going to go into settings, and on that left-hand side, that panel, there will be a text messaging section that you just have to click on. And you do have to be a firm admin to do this. But once you click on that text messaging section, there is an enable button that will let you go ahead and do that. You're just going to have to confirm your business info, and then you'll be able to select a phone number to get started. And only one person has to do this for their whole firm. It's not like each person in your firm needs to, go through this process. Just one firm administrator will get your firm started. And then once you do have a phone number, to get to the grid, what you're going to do is at the very top right, there's a messages icon, the very top right of PracticePanther. You're going to click that, and then you will see we have a secure messages section and a text messages section. So you're going to click on the text messages section, and that will populate a button on the right side that says new text message if you want to go ahead and send your first text. So yeah, it looks like we've addressed pretty much everything else here. If there is something that we missed, please do reach out to us, and we'd love to get back to you with an answer, of course. But this is a really great feature that our users are already loving. We're looking forward to seeing it work well for your firm. Any feedback, as usual, please always let us know. But thank you so much for attending, and hope you have a great rest of your day. And we'll be sending out a recording of this.